This person is wasting your time, plans to leave you with nothing when it's over. This is a collective reading. Anybody watching, any sign, this is something you're going through, we're going to get more clarity on what's going on. I'm wasting your time and planning on leaving you with nothing when it's all over. Whatever this person is doing, they're using tactics to get you to pay attention to them without thinking about yourself. And maybe this is something that was attractive in the beginning. Maybe you felt overwhelmed, because that's what they're appealing to, people who are overwhelmed. And maybe you felt overwhelmed, and so this person was giving you a break from overthinking. Watching this, you've had more than enough time to get your thoughts together and start focusing on yourself, because after a while, it's like this person is just using your brain for space. They're using your whole body. Like, some people maybe actually in a lot deeper. Even as I get into this, I feel like this is judgment day for someone. Someone maybe have given their whole entire body to this person to use like real estate. There's a demon here. He was taken from prison and from judgment, and who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off of the land of the living, was he stricken. So this person is a demon who's been getting away with this for a very long time, taking real estate in other people's homes and other people's bodies, loins, brains, whatever, hearts. They're really taking over. And now it's time to cut this person away. Okay, so I'm going to try to pronounce this word. Adonai Bezek said, 63 kings, having their thumbs and their great toes cut off, gathered their meat under my table, as I have done. So God hath requited me, requited me, and they brought me to Jerusalem, and there he died. That's a bit convoluted. I mean, I'm reading these verses out of context, but somebody could be missing toes, or you could have to cut this person off like an appendage. Whereas before, yeah, I'm definitely seeing somebody being like an octopus, and they've got like tendons wrapped around you, and you may start to feel like their arm is your arm with you. It may have been so long that this is happening. I'm repeating myself because it did cut off. Yeah, that's the thing. People do get themselves tied up to you and try to make your arm their arm and their arm your arm. And maybe you were enjoying the connection for a while and thinking that there's no consequence to this. But the thing is, they're trying to reach your and once you give that to them, which is not happening, but this is what they're intending, is to use your body like a zombie. They're trying to turn you into a zombie. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. Cutting them off, like, even if it means losing a limb for some people. I hope that's not the case. I really don't like saying stuff that's just like, if I don't want to go through it, I don't want to even speak on it. But some people may be feeling like they're losing a limb in you. And it's still important that, Jesus said it's better to lose a hand and still enter into the kingdom of heaven. The Lord bless him. Naomi said to her daughter-in-law, he has his kindness to the living and the dead. She added, the man is our close relative. He is one of our kinsmen redeemers. So this is something like, God hasn't stopped loving the dead, even though we do see scriptures where it says God is not a God of the dead. Jesus speaks on our behalf. So a lot of times when God just cuts people completely off, Jesus goes in as the Son of God and gives. If this is something that you're going through or just dealing with other people who are going through it, that God is raising you up. Okay. Now I have 2 phones right now I'm working with, and both of them want to cut off. Like, I feel like this is something spiritual, some type of a spiritual attack, because this phone is with it. I have plenty of space, 128 gigs, like nothing should be cutting off right now, but it's just cutting off. Okay. So I feel like this message is really important. And And that's what we're talking about, cutting off appendages. Like, it's really important that you get rid of whatever this is. It's cutting off for a reason. Y'all, it's cut off like 10 times. So, and this is just the beginning of the reading. It says, but thou, when thou fastest, anoint thy head and wash thy face. Now I'm feeling like, I don't even know, like, am I just going to pause this? But this is real life energy. Talking about a magnet, it cut off, talking about a magnificence. So you have 7 of candles in reverse. 7 of candles is David and Goliath again. Okay, so if you're watching the last few readings that I've been uploading, David and Goliath has been coming up. I think this is going to be the last reading for today because it's cutting off. Like, I need to figure this out. Oh, it could be the memory, or I don't know. Not the memory. It could be the battery. I don't know if somebody could feel like they're running out of time or something. Then we have 4 of feathers and 5 of cups. Is a depression here. Yeah, it's definitely some sort of a depression. I'm going to do something I've never done before, and I'm just going to pause it here, and then we'll come back to this energy. So I'm going to let the phone charge for a little bit. Okay, so I have let the phone charge a little bit, and we have lovers at the bottom of the deck in reverse. So just to recap, this person is using their magnetic energy to entangle themselves in some way. And your energy build up in their energy so that they can ultimately use you and suck you dry. I don't know. I feel like whoever needs to hear this is going to hear this, because I feel like for a lot of these entities, I want to call them victims, it's just too late. I feel like this person has gotten their tentacles too far into their audience. And it's just too late. But if you're just aware of what's going on, you could be at the end of the line, but I feel like it's still people behind you. Like, it's going on and it's going on. Like, this person has found their sweet spot of evil and they're not changing their mind anytime soon. They're worshiping the devil and they're bringing everyone down with them. That's what's happening. So if you're aware of that, then you are definitely in a place where you can turn around or start to make it very clear that you are a person of the light. Because I feel like they're doing little things here and there about following the light. Like, this is the time when we worshiped Satan. Like, it was the light all along before this, but now we're going to worship the devil. I feel like if you're in that point where you can see that this person is trying to turn you in some way, then there's still a chance. But for most people, they're just clinging to Satan at this point, and nobody can turn them away, and it's worth it. Everything that they already know what's happened, and they don't know how to change their mind. Thy Father which seeth in secret himself shall reward thee openly. But some of y'all, I'm not even gonna say y'all. If it's you, I feel like you're only here because you know that God is real, and that what this person is doing is going to be found out. It's going to come to the light. What they're doing in the dark is going to come to the light. Like, this person is not healing people. Jesus said in a strong voice, in a strong, clear voice, young man, I tell you, arise. Jesus is raising people from the dead. Doing right now, like, I'm part of that mission of, being a Christian. It looks like so many different things, and you can save souls from so many different angles. That's what I feel like I'm doing right now. And this could be something that you're doing as well from whatever angle you are in this situation. If you see someone who's following the darkness and is trying to lead other people astray, you're still a worker of light. You're still a light worker. And it's your responsibility to save people around you. He that believeth on me, the works that I do shall he do also, and greater works than these shall he do, because I go unto my Father. This is saying that you have the ability to raise people from the dead as well. And it's like you could be deeper in this situation. I could be deeper than you in this situation. Whatever it is, I feel like we need to help our brothers and sisters who are going through this. Separate out the people who don't care. There's some people who don't care. There's some people who's dark themselves and they just trying to get you even more tangled up. They pretend like they need help, but they just want to get you involved in their darkness. I feel like you're much smarter than that, knowing how to separate who's actually working for evil and who's working. And this person can feel like, oh, so we're exposing people now. And they might try to get themselves involved in the godly aspect. They might start talking about God and doing all this stuff, but they're just exposing themselves even more because you can see the spirit. The couple who lied and died. Wow. Deliver me, O Lord, from lying lips, from a deceitful tongue. This is a couple who tried to use the spirit and they ended up dying because they got themselves tangled up in something they don't know what they're doing. They got themselves sick. That's exactly what I was talking about. I didn't even see this card, but that's exactly what I'm talking about. This couple who they were like, oh, so I don't know if or what, but they saw Jesus' disciples. This is after Jesus died and rose, and now his disciples are doing miracles on the street. They decide they want to play with the Holy Spirit, so they start doing miracles and lying and stuff, and the disciples confronted them about what they were doing. Or I'm not even sure if they were doing miracles, because Jesus said, if anybody's doing miracles in my name, then they're following me, whether you believe it or not. But these people, whoever they're lying on the Holy Spirit, and they ended up falling down dead right in front of the apostles and the disciples. I noticed once Jesus rose, a lot of the disciples ended up killing a lot of people. It was like something a little throw off about that. And you have King of Hearts here. And I saw somebody might have been having heart palpitations. Like it's something a little throw off about this energy that might be around you. Or people might be sensing something about you that they're trying to exploit or excavate or cling to in some way. Someone says, I gather good and bad. This is a net. Gathering good and bad. And Jesus also said, when it comes to this energy, it's the tares, the tares with the wheat. He's gathering the tares and the weeds together. And then at the end, he's going to separate the weeds from the, or the tares are the weeds. So it's the crop. He's gathering the wheat and the weeds together. And then he's going to burn the weeds. Rather than wasting time trying to pick apart who's right and who's wrong, just do the job, get the job done, and then at the end of the day or at the end of the job, then you burn the ones who don't belong here. It says block out distractions. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics, yada, yada. Condone that, but that's what it's saying. Some of y'all maybe need a break from the internet or electricity. Maybe some of y'all are going to go off grid, but this is Doreen Virtue. I read these with a grain of salt. As surely he took up our infirmities and carried our sorrows, yet we consider him stricken by God, smitten by him, and afflicted. I don't know if that's some Doreen Virtue has something to do with this energy, because she's working for God right now. And I don't know. I felt like when Doreen, when I first got into tarot, I wanted Christian book. I wanted Christian cards. They weren't invented yet. These cards that I'm using, they weren't available online. Even when you look up the dates of when they were when they were published, it was like just recently. So, I was making my own cards and everything, but then I found Doreen Virtue's cards, and I was like, well, this is it. This is somebody who has paved the way and made a place in this world for us, in this industry for us, people who read the Bible, believe the Bible, and do tarot. Well, very shortly after I discovered her decks, her beautiful decks, did I discover her channel and how she's just turning everyone off of these decks. And I just don't know what to think about that. Because it's almost like a Saul Paul moment. But when I got into spirituality, I've already made peace with whatever she's afraid of right now. And I've already been going in one direction. So it's like if she's saying it's leading you to hell, then Jesus went to hell too. He died on the cross. So some people don't have the faith to go all the way. I don't even know what she's talking about these days. Paranoia, schizophrenia, I don't know what's going on. But if that's relevant, I feel like somebody definitely got themselves tangled up in something that they don't belong. And now they're afraid. I'm not speaking on Doreen, but it could be an energy like that where they're afraid. You have relieving suffering. Like even these cards, these are Christian. This is a Christian oracle. I think the woman, she grew up in a church. This is Christian consciousness, Christ consciousness oracle. I love these cards. A month from now saying, forget about that deck. It's not Christ consciousness, it's anti-Christ consciousness. Like, I'm just like, all right, whatever you're dealing with now, it don't have nothing to do with me. But I feel like someone is being relieved right now of their suffering. Maybe this is something you're going through, like not knowing what's God and what's the devil. Because I definitely feel like somebody's trying to lead you astray. You're supposed to already know who God is. That's supposed to come natural. Like, you're not supposed to be struggling like, which way is up, which way is down. Is the sky made of water? Are those boats or clouds? You're supposed to know. You're supposed to have some type of connection to source. But I feel like whoever this person is, they're appealing to people who already don't have a connection. So I feel like if this message is reaching you, then maybe you're already doing light work. And this is just because, again, I feel like whoever is really affected by this energy is too late. Maybe you're being relieved of this job of trying to save people where it's just too late for them. Because also there's this energy of a black hole, and then I have somebody teaching here, Paul teaching, an apostle. And all of Jesus's followers died a horrible death. So there could be something there as well. Someone going on an adventure. But according to the scriptures, they were risen. They should be rising back up with Jesus. I don't know. This is getting too deep for me. It says unknown, courage, thrill. And then you have stress. You could be in a really stressful environment, or someone's trying to stress you out, but their energy is very easily ignored. You have turbulence, tension, like someone's trying to cause tension in your life. Someone's trying to start an argument with you or have a fight with you. But again, it's just ridiculous and easy to ignore. And then we have meteor here, something coming extremely fast towards you. I feel like these people are lost. But they look like suns. They look like stars from a distance. Maybe this is how you... I don't know. It's so much happening right now. That's again like this person is wasting your time and plans to leave you with nothing. And unfortunately, that's what I feel like this energy is. Like, there's nothing here. You could go on and on and on. There's nothing here. So I don't know if there's any more to read. It says new attempt here. Maybe you're meant to have your own channel or something. You could be thinking about that, starting your own channel, because we have adventure here. If it's not a channel, it's something else where you're seeing, I don't even know what else going on, some kind of social media thing. This is the internet, so that's all I really care about. That's why I'm like cutting off the internet. I don't know about that, but maybe you're meant to be doing something on your own. You're not meant to be following other people. You're supposed to be a leader, but it's really important that you block out distractions right now. Yeah, it's just like when you read a book. If you're a reader, a lot of times in the books, they'll go to the library, bookstore. It's always about the book. But in reality, most people don't read. I don't know why this is worth mentioning, but that's the energy I have for you. If that's something you resonate, be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment. You can book a personal reading. You can join my members only. Let me know if this is something you're resonating with. If this is something you're going through, you're definitely standing out from this crowd, whatever it is. Some people getting sucked in, and I feel like you're standing apart from it. So let me know if this is you.